Hello, hello, hello. This is Danielle Boose from Danielle Boose Coaching and Consulting and Achievable Greatness. And tonight I have the pleasure of engaging and connecting with Ayanna Bates. Now, this chick is pretty awesome. And you are going to be thrilled by her story and the works that she's doing in the community to help individuals and advocate for mental illness. So I'm not going to spend all the time talking. I want you to hear it from her. So help me introduce Miss Ayanna Bates.
Hello, everyone. How are you? It's a pleasure to be here tonight.
I'm so glad to have you. And like I put it on Facebook, I was like thrilled to have the opportunity to interview you because, I love young people. So when I saw your story, I was like, I have to have her. Like, you up on the list with Oprah right now for Danielle, okay? Because you are 19 and you are doing it. You are doing it. And I'm so, so proud of you. So that's just me gushing and thankful that you allowed me to be the first person to interview you today. Whew. So let's get this started. I need to tell everyone a little bit about Ayanna. So tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm 19 years old, as you said. I was born in Hampton, Virginia, and I currently live in New York. I completed my freshman year of college at Pace University, and I'm studying to be a psychologist.
Wow, wow. So you're from Hampton, VA, the seven cities. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So what got you interested in writing a book?
What got me interested in writing a book? Well, actually, I've started writing ever since I was 7 years old. My grandmother gave me my first journal, and ever since then, I've been writing short stories and unfinished novels and poetry. And what really inspired me lately was a book that I read called Give Me a God I Can Relate to by Bliff Bard. And she just wrote this amazing poetry that featured feminism, LGBTQ issues, mental health issues. And I was inspired by her. I said, I can do this. I can take my work of poetry and put it into a published work of art.
Wow. So you've been writing since seven, you say.
Evan.
And when did you become a published author?
I became a published author at 19 right now, this year, January of
Okay.
January.
That's exciting. That's a big deal because I'm 32 and it took me a long time to build up the courage to write and then take that writing and publish it. So to do it at 19 says a lot about your courage and your character. And that's just awesome. So who inspires you? So tell me some mentors, some people who inspire you.
I have to say, as a writer, Maya Angelou really inspires me through her rawness in her writing, her womanhood, and her feminism.
Yeah, no, she's powerful and she's my favorite. So you picked a good one, a really good one. I actually got to meet her a few times in my life and she would have been inspired by you. I'm telling you. I can say that on her behalf just because you have a powerful spirit about yourself. So can you tell us and tell the listeners a little bit about the experience writing and how you started from the idea and transitioned to a finished product?
Well, it took a long time. I To get the collection of poetry together, it took about 2 years,
Okay.
and I've just been writing different things. The writing process, I will sit in my room or at a coffee shop or in high school. Most of the poetry that you see featured in the book and Old Teen is from high school at my writing club. I was president of the writing club, and I've we hosted book book clubs and poetry readings, and I've been going to those things. So those things inspired me going to book clubs and poetry readings, and which inspired me to continue to keep writing, and participating in the writing club pushed me to keep writing.
Outstanding. Can you put that book up for everyone to see? And as you do that, I'm going to drop the link over here for anybody who's interested. Her book is available on Amazon right now, and you can click on that link to access an old teen. And it's a collection of poems, as she just mentioned. Can you talk to us a little bit about a few of the poems? What are some things that inspired a couple poems in the book, or give us some little insights so they'll know why they want to purchase this? And it's a must buy, people. You want to get this book from her.
Yes, indeed. Well, a lot of the poetry has to do with my journey through life. So as a young adult, struggling with as a Black woman, as
Mhm.
struggling with mental illness, struggling with figuring out myself, feeling lost, and trying to gain control over my situations in life.
Okay. Okay, so you're 19. So when you say your young adult life, you haven't had much. Can you expound a little bit on the wisdom, because I hear wisdom in your voice. Can you just talk to us a little bit about that wisdom you gained so far at 19?
Well, I have to say a lot of the wisdom has come through the struggles that I've overcame and still are overcoming. I struggled with depression,
Okay.
anxiety, and self harm through disordered eating, where I would starve myself.
Hmm.
It was a dark period in my life, and I had to figure out for myself, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to stay in this dark period and just keep going down this dark path, or do you want to continue and start to find the light? And yeah, I've gained wisdom through that because I learned how to be strong, how to fight for myself, how to overcome these battles, not to let the struggles control me.
And that's powerful, because that's a shift that some people, they are old before they even recognize that they need to have that shift in the mindset. What helped you develop the skill set to be able to even make that shift at such early age? Because my God, you're 19. So how did you do it? Please share.
Well, it took a lot of courage.
Okay.
And I threw myself out there. I threw myself out there. I started sharing my story little by little. It started with my parents. I wrote them a letter letting them know what I was struggling with through my mental illness. I started I started speaking to different people in person. I started making YouTube videos. And little by little I would start to share my story and in many platforms as possible. And that gave me power, that gave me strength.
I can definitely relate. And I don't think I talked to you much about my own story, but that's how I overcame sexual abuse. I really decided to put a voice to it and advocate for others. And that gave me the ability to heal. So it's definitely therapeutic to be able to be in the moment, accept the moment, but then advocate for others, because then you build courage and strength in that advocacy work. And I commend you, because so many people stay stuck in that space for so long, and they don't see that they can overcome it. And you saw, and you conquered, because you're sitting here on the stage talking to us right now on this platform, sharing your story and empowering someone else to continue through their own personal journey. So that's very important. And Mary down here is saying, accept and advocate. Yes, that's what you need to do. Accept and advocate. And you have done that. So, who are some key characters in your life who help you along the journey of finding that courage and transitioning it to things like books and poems and YouTube videos?
Well, I have to say my grandmother, Elder Dolores Petaway, she has been a big inspiration in my life through her struggles as well, and through her love for writing and putting all of her struggles down on paper and giving a voice to them, letting them come to life and letting go. And she encourages me to do that every day and to keep writing, no matter what I'm going through, to just keep writing.
And that's so powerful. Grandmamas are awesome. And your grandmother is up there because I've had the opportunity to get to know her through Alicia. And yes, you have something special in Elder Padaway. And I can tell from the day I met you, from hello, from your voice, from your energy, from the ability to be so respectful and so professional, that you had someone like Elder Padaway there to nurture you and role model those behaviors, because you show them. And I am glad to call you someone that I know, and the wisdom that you have inspires me. And I just wanted to tell you that. And I think it's very important to think about those people along your journey, and make sure that you have people like Elder Padaway who continue to support you along the way as you continue to grow additional courage and mentor to more people, because you have what it takes, girl. You definitely have what it takes, and you are showing it every day that you get up and you share your story and you bless someone with your story. So I want to deep dive a little bit more into the advocacy work that you do right now and the community. Can you talk to us a little bit about some things you've done to kind of share and shed light on mental illness?
Well, definitely, I am one of the biggest mental health advocates. I love talking about mental health, and one of the ways that I talk about mental health is through social media.
Mm-hmm.
I really believe that getting online is a way to reach a great amount of people. I've started my mental health advocacy through my micro blog on Tumblr, and I've reached 8,000 people that way.
Yes.
Yes. And I have people who ask me, send me messages asking for advice, asking questions. How do I find a therapist, or how can I start to overcome depression? I'll get questions like that all the time, and I'll keep going with that. Going online is a wonderful way to reach people, and I'm also in organizations that deal with eating disorders as well. So I volunteer with that and putting a face to mental health, because we don't have a lot of people speaking up for us, especially I believe in the Black community as well. It's it's very hard to be open about your struggles, whether it's for financial reasons that you're afraid to come out with your struggles, or just the stigmas around there. Oh,
Yeah.
Caucasian people deal with mental illness and things like that. So putting my face out there, putting my words out there through blogging, through speaking to other people, that is how I advocate for mental
Wow. I, when you talk, I'm just taken back. I'm just sitting here like, oh my God, the wisdom that you have and the ability for you to take that wisdom at 19 and help other people the way you're doing on those platforms like Tumblr, where you're reaching so many different people, and you're bringing um, not only a voice, but you're normalizing something that people think is icky when you think of mental illness. So I talk, and I think I've mentioned to you, my daughter struggles with mental illness, and she's currently in a facility receiving treatment right now. So when I heard your story, it touched me in a very special way, because you show me that she can get through your character and what you're doing. She can get through on the other side. And you bring a normalcy to something that people need to know. Is just like if you're struggling with having cancer, or it's just like if you're struggling with diabetes. It's an illness that you can manage, that you can work on, that you can improve upon. And if we get to a space, especially as you mentioned, and the Black community of accepting it as that, then we can move past the stigma and help each other in a way that you are already doing at 19, which is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So my next question right now would be, how can people connect with you on those social media platforms? If you would, I'd love for you to put that contact information maybe down, maybe to your Twitter or one of those platforms that they can reach out to you on. And while you're doing that, I'm going to read a comment that we have over here. And it says, I stand with you and your daughter as she recovers and learns how to cope. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. She is doing much better. She was actually on a call before the show where a few people got to hear her voice because I had on speakerphone, getting that time in before we started the show. So thank you. It's definitely important to advocate for mental illness, bring a voice to it, and bring beautiful people like Ayana to the table to show you that what you conceive mental illness to be, it may not be true. Okay. And we all have struggles and we can get on the other side. So just thank you for bringing and shedding light to that. And as you are putting that down there, the next question that I'm going to ask you is the mission of An Old Team. What was the mission behind the book?
The mission behind the book is to give a voice to young people and to let them know that they have that voice, that they can be strong, and that they can get through whatever they are going through, and that it's important to share your story and to be open with others, whether it's your parents, whether it's a therapist, a psychiatrist, whoever. Get your story out there because it will give you strength, it will give you closure.
When you were developing the story and you were developing your book, were there any challenges or obstacles that you face in getting the story out, since it's so personal, since you're talking a lot about some issues that can be touchy? Did you have any struggles?
Well, what I had mostly struggling with was time management. I definitely tried to rush through the book because I was so excited to get everything out there. I wasn't afraid to share as much. I wanted to divulge as much as possible about me and my personal life because I feel that is a great way to reach out to others.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely did rush through the book a lot because I was just so excited. And so I had to slow down,
Mm-hmm.
take my time, tell my story piece by piece.
Okay. And that's a little tip for individuals who are interested in writing a book. Slow down, breathe in, exhale, get it out, and then you can go back and make adjustments to it. So that's awesome advice for anyone who's interested in writing a book. My next question for you would be, if a young person said, I really am interested in writing a book, what advice would you give them other than the slow down and tell your story? You got any other advice for a young person?
Well, I would definitely have to say you cannot do it alone. You need a team of people to help you. I had my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give a shout out to my self publishing consultant, Alicia Brown. I had her. You definitely need a professional
Mm-hmm.
to help editing
Yes.
and making sure that everything is clean and smooth. A smooth transition in publishing your book. So definitely invest in a publisher, or if you're self-publishing, invest in an editor,
Mm-hmm.
someone to help you professionally with your book.
Most definitely, and shout out to Alicia Brown because she wrote my edited my book as well, and it wouldn't have been out here in the world if I had not had her to actually do what she did to make it happen. So Alicia, you can definitely put your information down there. So anybody else who is listening or maybe listening in the future interested in a publisher, Alicia Brown is the person to check out over there on the side. You'll see her info because she's gonna put it in there. So that was just a little quick comment for the beautiful Alicia Brown. We're gonna move back to you and your story. So you talked about your book being about struggling and getting through. I love this picture of you, by the way, here down at the bottom. Struggling and getting through things like eating disorders and mental health. After writing all of this down and putting the book out in the universe, how did you feel? Can you describe to us how you felt?
In one word, I felt free. I definitely felt free. And I felt like a chapter in my life has been closed. I've definitely to conquer the battles in my life and not let them control me. So I felt free, I felt happy, and I felt proud of myself.
I can relate. So, can you put the book back up and talk to us a little bit about the cover and what that represents, please?
As you can see here, have you noticed it's a closed eye behind an open door? And what I was going for the cover design and the symbolism behind that is that we are all still discovering ourselves. And even though the door is open, we still sometimes walk with our eyes closed. We're still into ourselves. We're still trying to figure ourselves out. And little by little, you can open up your eyes and see that the door is open and that there's opportunities waiting for you out there. So just keep going, take your time, open your eyes slowly.
That's powerful. That is so powerful that you thought the cover through that deeply. Like, just the cover alone, y'all, makes you need to purchase it just because. Even if you didn't even read the inside, just that knowing that and the cover and what it represents for life, that's powerful that you thought that through so well. I love that cover. Pull it up just a little bit more so everyone can see it. Yeah, that takes the glare out of it. Very, very powerful. You have so much wisdom bottled into your soul. At 19, I so look forward to seeing about your future and what develops from it because you are a powerful young lady and I'm just taken back by you and your
Thank
wisdom.
you.
You're very welcome. Down here at the bottom, you have words, the loud inner self. Can you talk to us a little bit about what that's about?
Words Aloud in itself is my website
Mm-hmm.
and my company and my publishing company. And and it's understanding, well, the title Words Aloud in itself is letting you know that, well, it's self-explanatory. Words are your loud inner being that are just waiting out. So just keep writing.
Keep writing, keep telling your story. That's awesome. So you have a publishing company. What's the plans with the publishing company?
Well, I just put a link down to my book here if you
Okay.
guys want
And
to check it out.
I put the link over here on the side as well for her book.
Um, well, I'm hoping to get more books out. I'm self-published.
Okay.
I'm working on my second book.
Can we get any juicy insider knowledge of the second book?
Well, the second book I can tell you is going to be a collection. It's going to be a collection of journal entries this time.
Okay.
I would just dive a little deeper, and it's going to be talking. I'm going to give you guys give you this a little taste
Okay.
of what it's.
Sure.
Should I share what it's called?
Please do.
It's called The Recovery Process.
Wow.
And it's going to be talking about diving deeper into my journey with mental illness.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
That's powerful, and that book is going to be helpful, I would imagine, for any age. You don't necessarily have to be a young person to benefit from that. That's something that we can all benefit from, the recovery process. Anyone who is dealing with trauma can benefit from any kind of journaling. So that's going to be awesome for someone who can read the first book and deep dive into the trauma that they have dealt with and then take their next journal and go through the recovery process. So that's awesome. That's very awesome. And I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to blocking that person. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So let's move into discussing what's next for you outside of the book that you're creating, the journaling book. Is there anything else in the future?
Well, I'm still studying to be a psychologist in school.
All right.
So with that, and I'm also double majoring in women and gender studies. So I'm hoping along the lines down the future that I'm able to give back and free therapy to other people.
Okay.
So on that, um, what else? In July, I actually have my first speaking engagement where I'm going to be sharing a speech about my journey with depression
Okay.
at my grandmother's church. So that'll be my first motivational speaking engagement. So I'm very excited about that.
And I'm going to be there. So you, when this is over, you got to tell me the dates and details so that I can put it in my calendar and I make it happen. And anyone who's listening who's interested in a young speaker, you should definitely talk to her. She has some other skill sets that make her pretty darn awesome that I'm hoping she will share. And I'll give her a little hint. I watched the promotional video that she created that
Yes.
that was top notch, and I'm looking forward to hiring her to do some videos for some things I'm doing in the future. But just hint, hint. This is the lady you need to know over here, right over here, because she is full of talent, and she is so creative and just a wonderful person. So please share with us a little bit about some of the other skills that you have that the world can benefit from.
Well, I'm definitely good. I'm social media savvy. So if you need, I always love helping people get on with learning how to interact with Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, learning the inner workings of that. And as you mentioned, I am savvy with the computer, so I'm really good at editing videos and creating different video reels and book reels and things like that and commercials. So I enjoy doing that as well.
Yes, and anyone who's interested in those services can definitely reach out to her. She's done some work for some people that I know, the lovely Alicia Brown. So you can see some of the things she's created already. But I encourage you to support her and give back to people who are doing awesome things in the community. And she's one of those people. So please support her. She's going to be making some power moves in her future. And you want to be one of the ones to say you've known her when. You knew her when she did her first interview. So definitely reach out to the young person that's doing some awesome things, some very awesome things. So, what else would you like to share with our listeners?
That I want you guys to be strong and to hopefully take my story and my journey and to understand that mental illness is it's okay to have one and that there is strength in people who have one. We're not weak people. And just understand that you need to listen to other people's stories. You need to listen to what other people are going through. Take your time to listen to other people and hear what they have to say because it will definitely impact you and it will greatly affect them as
Outstanding wisdom. Thank you again for allowing me to interview you today and gain so many nuggets. And I'm going to drop the link one more time on the side for anybody who didn't catch it to get her book, to stay connected with her. And I'm going to have you say your website so anyone who is not able to access the chat will hear it. And this is the time to take your paper and pencil and write it down. What's the best way to contact you on your website?
well. So the best way to contact me, here's my website down here. I put it down below.
Mhm.
And go through my Instagram and you can message me. You can shoot me an email. I would love to talk with you through email. And if we get really close, I'll even share out my number. So it's base_Donna@yahoo.com. So you can shoot me an email and we can talk. And so explore my website. I have a lot of contacts through Instagram and Facebook. I put a link on there below.
Perfect. So anyone who doesn't have access to the chat, the website is ayanbates.wordpress.com. And that's her website where you can reach out to her. And again, as she mentioned, she's on Instagram and some other platforms. So make sure that you grab a copy of An Old Teen and you are on the lookout for her journal that's coming out. And when's the journal coming out? Do you have a date yet, or you're not sure?
Definitely coming out next year. So
Okay.
around the same time as Old Teen came out, maybe around January.
Okay. All right, January 2017. You want to stay connected with her. And thank you again. Alicia said the devil is a lie. So it sounds like you're going to be making that happen sooner than you think, Miss Bates.
I don't know. We'll see.
Alicia has a way of helping you get something done faster than you expected. Definitely. We have a question here. We're going to get this question, then I'm going to wrap up the interview so that we can get some people on screen to talk to you. All right. So the question is, have you thought about creating a workbook for young people who want to create journals?
That is an outstanding idea. I will put that in the idea box and work on that. That's definitely a project to be completed. Definitely. I will work on that.
That's an awesome idea. And I love what you said about an idea box, because I heard a similar thing this past weekend about creating a place to put those thoughts. And so it's awesome that you're already using those skills to be effective. So again, thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure to engage with you. And I'm looking forward to see your future and the rest of your journey, lady.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.